Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
So yesterday we were discussing about string manipulation. We discussed about like inspect. In inspect, we discussed about tallying, converting, and replacing. So after that, we discussed about string also. So what is string and what is the basic scenario where the string requirement will arise? Where do we use the string basically in COBOL? So that is what we discussed. Any questions with respect to those two concepts, inspect or string?
No, Satish.
Okay, then let's start with unstring. So basically, unstring is also used. We consider that under string manipulation only. Okay, so it is used to basically string is used to add multiple strings into one string. I mean, it will concatenate multiple strings into one. Like first name, middle name, last name. It will concatenate all and form a full name. But coming to unstring, what does it do is it will like divide full name into first name, last name, and middle name. That is what the basic difference between the string and unstring. String will combine, unstring will divide. So that is the basic concept of unstring. So the syntax for unstring is unstring the unstring variable, which I mean in our scenario, in our example, it will be the full name delimited by space or backslash or at the rate. So any delimiter we can use if until space encounter or backslash or at the rate. So space means we can give example like full name. For backslash we can give example like dates. We can see dates, right? 10 to 2022. Sorry, it is not writing here. Okay, let's say for backslash what we use is today what 20th, right? 28 10 2022. So in this I want to separate the date, month, and year into multiple variables. So this is the date variable I had in the COBOL, but I need to separate this into multiple variables. So when we give unstring date, just here, unstring date delimited by backslash into ws day, ws month, and ws year. That is what basically unstring does. Or at the rate we can use with respect to like email id. Let's say the domain name and the email need to be separated, and it should be written into multiple variables. We had a email id as a working storage variable. So in that case we use at the rate. So that is the basic concept. So Rashekar, we were discussing like unstring today. Yesterday we covered basically string and inspect. So today what we are covering is unstring. Generally, unstring is used to separate or divide a string into multiple strings. So yesterday, what we discussed, we were like adding first name, middle name, and last name into one name, one variable, and we call that as full name. Here the reverse happens. We had a full name variable in the COBOL. We need to divide that into first name, last name, and middle name. So that is what the basic concept between unstring and string. Unstring is basically separates string into multiple strings, but string does it will add all three strings or four strings into one string. So that is the basic. And the syntax is unstring ws unstring variable name delimited by space backslash or at the rate, or you can use any symbol or any thing which you want to unstring. Basically that should be the delimiter here into the variables which we want to unstring with pointer ws pointer. Yesterday we were talking about pointer, right? We were like I said, it is used for destination, positioning of destination, from which position the string data should be copied. But here it does not represent destination. Here it represents the source. From source, at what position we should start unstringing, from which position we should start unstringing. That is the basic difference between string and unstring. On overflow and not overflow conditions we already discussed. So let's take one example and try to find that, run one example and try to understand that. Okay, I written a COBOL program yesterday basically. So I had a string WSTR1 which contains mainframe class at the late let's watch mainframes on 1810 2022. So this is the string present in that. So what I'm doing, I declared multiple strings under that, like str2, str3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and with a pointer. Okay, pointer value is 3. So here what I did is unstring WSSTR1. Basically, I'm unstringing this. Unstringing what with respect to delimited by space. So whenever there is space, that should be delimited. And then also at the rate. I have a at the rate here. So that is used to separate the next string. Okay. And then I use it backslash. So until backslash is found, you consider that as a third string. So that is what basically, and one ampersand have given. Once ampersand is encountered, you consider that whatever the previous are present. So those should be the move to next string. That is the basic concept here. Okay. Into I have given the variables with ws pointer. The pointer here represent third position of the source. So third position is I basically. Okay, on overflow condition and not on overflow condition I have given and displayed all the string data. So let's run and see what data, how this is working there, so that we'll try to understand with respect to example. Okay. So if you see here, mainframe class at the rate let's watch mainframe on 1810 2022 is the source string basically. So pointer have given 3. So third position unstring should happen. So third position is I. So if you see in str1 it copied only from I. Let's say let's change this to 2. Okay, let's change this to 2 and try. It should copy from A. So it copied from A. So that is the basic concept of pointer here. In string it basically represent the destination, but in unstring it basically represent the source. So that is the basic difference in pointer with respect to string and unstring. Okay, and let's understand how this data is passed. Okay, so first have given space. So first when string is being read, it will first try to find where is the space is encountered, space is present. So we can see space is here. So whatever the characters before this space, all that will be moved to str1. Okay, str2. So if you see str2 from A, it is copied till E. Before space, the character is E. So till that, it is copied into str2. So later on, what I have given at the rate. Okay, so from space, it will again start reading and try to find out at the rate. Here it encountered at the rate. So before whatever the characters present before that, that should be written into string 3. So class is present in that. So in string 3, the class is being moved. Okay. After that, what we have given backslash. So from here it will read. Let's watch mainframe on 18. So here it encountered backslash. So till from let's watch till backslash it should be copied, right? So why it is not copied, if you see let's watch only it got copied. Why? Because the str length, if you look, it is only 10 characters. Due to that only, not all the data is copied here. Okay. No, no, sorry. We had a space in between, right? So even the space will be considered as delimiter. So till here, it will take as delimited by the space. So it will take this let's watch mainframe as one string, and it will try to move into string 4. But when coming to string 4, the length is only 10. It cannot accommodate all. So whatever it can accommodate, all the 10 characters is moved here. Okay. After that, on is there. Again after on there is one more space. So again the space is encountered. So space is also a delimited in our unstring. So only on will be copied into the next str5. So that is what basically happened. So after that it will again start reading 18. After 18 it encountered another delimiter which is backslash. So 18 will be moved into str6. After that 10 it will read. After 10 we had one more delimited colon. So that 10 will be moved to another what string 7. That is what happened basically. So 2022 will be moved into string 8. Okay, with respect to that, that is how happened. But on data overflow should happen, right? Because for mainframe it is 10, the characters is more than 10. So data is overflowed, that error should be displayed. Because for with respect to this, let's watch mainframe, it will encounter a space here, but it will be moved into character 4, string 4. The length is only 10. So with respect to 10, it is more than 10 characters. So on overflow condition will be executed, and data overflow error should display. Okay, let's say if it is not, I increase this to 20 or 30. Okay, so data overflow should not happen, and we should get not on overflow, we should get in the output.